What is up, guys? Rick Cacus here, and today we have got a huge, super interesting Destiny 2 video for you guys. There is just so much we're going to cover today. We've got new raid information, we've got new trials information, and so much more. So let's get started, and let's begin with new raid info. So, the raid has been a huge topic of discussion. Recently, we've had so much stuff coming up, mainly because of the leaked PlayStation 4 trophies, which gave us the actual name of the raid, the Leviathan, and that brought out this whole theory in that the raid would take place on this massive Cabal ship pictured here. And this is actual Destiny 2 concept art. If anything looks like a Leviathan, aka a massive sea beast, this would be it. Now, again, this was kind of up in the air. There is substantial evidence showcasing that this is from the raid, but the newest development that just came out is that you can see this ship in-game. Currently, in the Destiny 2 PC beta in Nessus, while you're doing the Inverted Spire Strike, if you kind of glitch under the map and look at the skybox a certain way, this comes up. Now, these images were sent to me by Mobile Fun Games on Twitter, a fan, so thank you to him. But there is the Cabal ship from the concept art. Here it is in the Nessus skybox. So there you have it. Indisputable proof showcasing that this Cabal ship is actually in Destiny 2. Now, we definitely do have certain concept arts not show up within game. Heck, Destiny had concept art, substantial concept art for moth people, and that just didn't obviously happen in game. But this, it being in the skybox, literally if you go to the right spot, you can see it right now in the PC beta, does prove the existence of this ship. Now, does it prove that it's the actual location for the raid? Well, it certainly doesn't hurt. There's a huge plus for that theory of the Leviathan raid. But again, it doesn't necessarily prove it's the raid. It does prove that it exists in-game, which is a big development no matter how you look at it. And in fact, if this ship is visible from Nessus, is the planetoid it's devouring in the concept art Nessus? Like, it's just a moon, so it's not a whole planet it's devouring, but that could be really, really interesting. Now, gameplay-wise, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, if it was devouring Nessus, if it half did or actually did devour Nessus, you couldn't go back there for flashpoints and stuff, and that wouldn't make a lot of gameplay sense. But putting Nessus under direct threat, or perhaps like part of the planet starting to be chewed away by the ship, is a definite possibility, and that is super interesting. Alright, now moving on to even more Destiny 2 information. So, the Destiny 2 PC beta arrived, I'm sure you guys know that, but when anything goes to PC, it is instantly data mined, and that is exactly what happened here. All of the audio files on the PC beta have been data mined and made available, and these audio files reveal some very, very interesting things. I am purposely not going to reveal any like massive story spoilers in this video. I just don't think that's fair. That's not necessary. But I am going to showcase some of the more interesting things about, you know, actual events arriving and stuff like that. Firstly, Oryx, ya boy Oryx, might be alive. The quote is actually, "Okay, hear me out. What if Oryx isn't dead?" And this seems to be definitely setting up potentially expansions or so on involving the good old Taken King. When we do, I guess, you know, quote unquote kill him, he floats and falls down to Titan, which is a moon of Saturn. So it's definitely possible that Oryx will have a presence somewhere along the storyline of the entirety of Destiny 2. I really don't think it's going to be in the initial release. It's a very neat storyline with the whole Gaul taking over the last city, and that seems to be kind of the major presence and threat right now. I doubt throwing Oryx into the mix would make a lot of sense, and also it seems a lot for Guardians to chew off at the same time there, but an expansion, that is definitely something to look forward to. I mean, we already do know that the Taken have a presence in Destiny 2, and they're looking for someone to lead them. Well, who better than Oryx, as a matter of fact. And moving on from there, we now have confirmation of the new Trials game mode. So, a while back, there was a Reddit leak that detailed a bunch of Destiny 2 information before the gameplay world premiere. It detailed the new weapon system, like how it was changing. It detailed the new subclasses and all of that stuff. And this was again before the gameplay world premiere, so that leak was 100% proven legitimate. However, some of the claims weren't showcased in the world premiere. One of those claims was that the new Trials mode, there would be a Trials-like mode, but it would be called Trials of the Nine. Not Trials of Osiris. Osiris is taking a step back from the spotlight, but Trials of the Nine. Now, the Nine are where Xur is from. Xur is the emissary of the Nine. So we would still have a very competitive elimination-based PvP game mode, but it would have an entirely different theme with the Nine. Well, today, with this audio file leak, that has been confirmed. There is a female voice that is saying several different lines related to a PvP game mode. For example, this.
The lead is yours.
And also this.
Objective captured.
So that, in and of itself, is quite interesting, because in normal PvP, no matter which activity we're doing, our boy Shax is shouting us out. Like, he's giving all of those objective taken style quips. But now we have an entirely new character voicing a game mode. So that game mode has definitely got to be something special. It's not normal Crucible. Now, she goes on to directly reference the Nine, proving that this is actually the voice you will hear when you're doing the new Trials of the Nine in Destiny 2, as showcased here.
Whoever wins this wins the favor of the Nine.
And also here.
The objective is yours. The Nine watch you with interest.
So there you have it, a brand new NPC voicing over an entirely different PvP game mode and directly referencing the Nine. It's clearly Trials of the Nine. Everything else in this previous leak was proven legitimate. Today, we have proven the last unknown claim legitimate as well. And in doing so, that opens up some really sweet possibilities and makes me incredibly excited for Trials of the Nine, because who the heck are the Nine? Like, aside from Xur, we know very little about the Nine, this mysterious group of people with unknown interests. In fact, according to the lore, guess who met the Nine on Europa, a moon of Jupiter? It was Osiris. So Osiris could have been doing Trials of Osiris as kind of a thing he may have learned from the Nine, or a way for us to ascend to be good enough to deal with the Nine. Now we're dealing without the middleman, Osiris essentially. We're dealing with the Nine directly. Now, does that mean that the weapons and armor that we get from Trials of the Nine are going to be even more impressive than Trials of Osiris? Well, potentially, because Xur, who remember is related to the Nine, literally refers to the stuff he sells us, exotics mind you, the best stuff we have, he refers to the stuff he sells us as trash. He's quoted as calling exotics trash. Here, have this trash, Guardians, I'm looking for strange coins. If he considers exotics trash, what the heck other weapons and armor do the Nine have that they would give us for winning these massive PvP tournaments? I assume they would give us maybe their mediocre stuff above their trash stuff, as Xur calls it. So again, that is really, really interesting. Is there like incredibly powerful weaponry that the Nine have access to that we're finally going to unlock with Trials of the Nine? That is seriously a possibility, because Bungie has a ton of design space to work with. And guys, just before we end here, there's one more audio clip I want to play. It's this one.
There's a big Sparrow race tonight out by the wall. You going?
So, Sparrow Racing still has a place in Destiny 2. I definitely wouldn't expect an actual Sparrow Racing game mode to be available at launch, but it does still mean that Sparrow Racing is happening. It's still in the game, and likely it's going to be part of a free event later down the line. So if you're a Sparrow Racing fan, this audio clip definitely backs up the fact that we could see it again in Destiny 2. And so guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out and keep my channel alive by simply rating and especially sharing this video. Those of you who do are the real MVPs, let me tell you. Guys, if you want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.